What's up, chat? We weren't gonna do a Warhamster Wednesday today, but just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I'm actually like halfway packed up for Tennessee Elite Open right now, so this is and I got a video to finish editing. But GW, in their infinite wisdom, just dropped. Oh, this is a mess. Let me fix this real quick. Just dropped all of these new updates randomly. We knew that something like this was happening, but we weren't necessarily sure when or what it would look like, and what we got was more than I think anyone expected. Not only is this going to include a ton of balance updates to things like Victrix Honor Guard, which we've been really concerned about, but also there are new data sheets and updated data sheets for a bunch of stuff. So in addition to sort of rebalance points and things like that, I have not had a chance to go through all of it yet, so this is going to be sight unseen in my eyes, but that's what we're going to be looking at today, folks. And it's pretty cool stuff. It is pretty neato. So I think we just go down the line. There are Minotaur field manual updates that new data sheets for a bunch of different things. I guess we can start with Marines, because that does feel like oh man, Marines got all their new detachments for 500 worlds in here too. Fuck. This is a shit ton of content, chat. Oh my god. All right, well, let's hop in and let's talk about some new Space Marine detachments, chat. And I guess we can hit on the new. So the new data sheets for the Wardens of Ultramar and for Captain Titus are in the faction pack officially now. So we talked about what these did yesterday. This is going to be particularly exciting new stuff. This is what we already saw would happen. So Captain Titus is there. What a Chad. But the big thing here, chat, look at that. That is a 3-wound Victrix Honor Guard, my guy. Hot diggity damn. I don't think anything else changed from the from this data sheet, but we did drop from 4 to 3 wounds. So ironically, their blood surge gets better because it's easier to trigger now. But on the flip side, you don't need explicitly like 4 damage melee attack or 4 damage attacks to actually kill them. They will just die like a regular heavy infantry unit now. Scintillated Legion players rejoice. Where Lords of Change are eating good. Yeah, a huge change for the metagame. Obviously, Ultramarines are incredibly popular and high performing, and it was off the back of Victrix Honor Guard. Now we're going down to 3 wounds. In a lot of cases, in many cases, they're actually like 25 to 50% easier to kill if you have flat 3 damage attacks or D3 plus something or D6 plus 1. They can become significantly easier to take out on a per model basis. So huge change to these guys. Let's talk about some detachments, folks. New 500 Worlds detachments. I don't know anything about any of these, so this is brand new to me. Bastion Task Force. Battle line units can shoot and declare a charge a turn in which they advanced or fell back. Okay. Is this the 60 Intercessor detachment, chat? Let's go. They're also eligible to perform an action in a turn in which they advanced or fell back. Sick. Each time an Adeptus Astartes battle line unit from your army is selected to attack, after resolving this attack, select one enemy unit hit until the end of the turn. Each enemy unit that enemy unit is Auspex scanned. Each time an Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets an Auspex scan target, reroll and hit roll of 1. That's okay, I guess. It does help out, especially with like you can like take incursors, right, and then you can combo that with incursors and get a bunch of stuff hitting on 2s, rolling 1s. Makes your Oath of Moment go farther, but a lot of times you do need the Oath of Moment for battle line units to be super helpful. In any case, we have enhancements. I have the Primarch. The Bearer and battle line models of the Bearer's unit have precision. Okay. A Hero of the Chapter. This used to give you 2 Warlord traits, right? While the Bearer is leading a unit, the Bearer alone has battle line keyword. That does give you this part of the ability. and this part of the ability. This is all checks attack. Yeah, this all checks units, not models. So the bearer having the battleline keyword provides the battleline keyword for the purposes of these effects to everything. It doesn't change your force allowance. I don't believe. Maybe it does. But I don't think so. the other versions of whatever this guy is are not battleline, so that's weird. I guess you have to be leading a unit, so this doesn't do anything before battle formation step. But then at least it gives you all this stuff. Blades of Velour. Improve armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by the bearer and battleline models of the bearer's unit by 1. So importantly, this checks models, not units. So if you dual attach with a hero of the chapter, it doesn't. It will grant the character with hero of the chapter +1 AP, but it won't grant the other models in the unit +1 AP. And Bombast Omnivox. Each time you select the bearer's unit to target the stratagem, roll a d6, add 1 if you have the battleline keyword on a 4+, you gain a CP. That's pretty good. Hopefully it's not super expensive, but that's not too bad. Stratagems. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 if your target is Auspex scans. You reroll wound rolls of 1. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Can be used anywhere in any fighting phase, so that seems fine. Guided disruption. Shooting or fight after an Adeptus Astartes battleline unit from your army is finished making attacks. Target the battleline unit. When an enemy unit is Auspex scans as a result of those attacks, if the enemy unit does not have the monster vehicle keyword, you give a monster to move in charge. I mean, honestly, battleline units providing this for a CP and not requiring any rolls or anything, just have to hit you, seems not too bad. If you have a bunch of 5-model intercessor squads or like tactical combat squads running around, being able to apply these off like random flanks and stuff into jump pack units or something is going to be important. -4 to threat range is big, but this is limited use case typically. Light of Venganza. One Adeptus Astartes unit from your army has not been selected to shoot or fight. Selects either lethal or sustained. Weapons equipped by models of your unit have that ability while targeting an Auspex scans unit, or if you have the battleline keyword. Oh. So it's one or the other, never both, and only if you jump through these hoops. That's fine. Sustained or lethal for 1 CP with downside is not an amazing stratagem. Shock bombardment. Usable in your shooting phase or the fight phase after a battleline unit from your army finishes making its attacks. The Adeptus Astartes battleline unit. When the enemy unit is Auspex scanned as a result of those attacks, until the start of your next turn, it is suppressed. While suppressed, each time model in that unit makes an attack suppressed 1 from the hit roll. This works on everything, fortunately, so you can like apply it to knights and stuff. Angel's Defiant. Usable in your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase. After an enemy unit has selected its targets, 1 battleline unit from your army was selected as the targets of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks till the end of the phase. Each time attack targets your unit, the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the toughness characteristic. It's greater, not equal or greater. Okay. We couldn't even get the Blades of Ultramar treatment for the battleline detachment, for the intercessor detachment. Heresy Undone, your shooting or your charge phase. Want to start a unit excluding battleline units from your army. Until the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to shoot, declare charge, and turn, which advanced or fell back. If it does, every target of that charge and every unit of target of those attacks must be an Auspex scanned unit. Okay. I think there's like some funny combos here. We can put hero of the chapter on an apothecary, right? And put it in a desolator squad. Because the Auspex scan effect doesn't require visibility, we can indirect fire it onto people and then advance shoot and charge into them with other stuff. It's kind of neat, I guess. Neat feels like the correct interpretation of this entire detachment, though. I'm not. There's nothing here that's like a huge payoff for being battle line, besides advanced shoot and charge. So, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be that excited about this detachment. It's kind of a mess, honestly. I don't like that a lot of this stuff is like debuff effects that battleline units are placing on you without improving their output. Because what battleline units are, they tend to be like high, for Space Marines anyway, they're like high attack volume. They're like high attack volume, light or like medium infantry. They need offensive output. And getting like sustained hits 1 for 1 CP is not exactly what we need. We need Lance for Battle Line or whatever. We need Honor the Chapter, which you get full access to if you're Battle Line. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like kind of a nothing burger. Not to mention the fact that the Auspex Scanned effect, like, how often are you keying off an enemy unit that isn't oathed to get reroll hit rolls of 1? So which means you're attacking it with a minimum of 2 units, and it's not your oath target, which actually feels like kind of difficult to set up. But this effect is good. It's just all the good parts of it's like Gladius Task Force's upside as long as you're an intercessor. The downside is you don't have Storm of Fire. We really need a Storm of Fire for those intercessors or whatever. I don't know. There's some stuff in there. I don't think it's that exciting though. All right. Go to the next one. Orbital Assault Force. Start up the declare battle formation step, select a number of Adeptus Astartes units, excluding Titanic from your army based on the battle size. Models in those units have the Deep Strike ability. Each time Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes an attack, if it was set up on the battlefield, destroy and reroll wounds of 1. If it disembarked a drop pod, reroll hits of 1 as well. Not too bad. As long as we have good up downs, we're gonna be okay, I think. Enhancements, Laurels of Thunder, reroll charge rolls for the Bears unit in a turn in which it was set up on the battlefield. Mid. Veteran of the Vanguard, models of the Bears unit have 6-inch scout. That's always good. Orbital Uplink Reliquary. If this happened, if there's allowed you to get a charge reroll in a battle round in which you rapid ingress or something, I think it would be pretty exciting. But the downside of a lot of this stuff, and there's going to be the case where you have Inceptors and things. You don't need rolls of 1 on Inceptors. So actually, I guess it's like we could do it on Hellblasters or something that can deep strike. I don't know. Deep striking Hellblasters seems okay. You can deep strike like all of your Victor Center Guard and stuff. We'll see what the stratagems do. Orbital Uplink Reliquary. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 Adeptus Astartes units from your army and redeploy them. When doing so, you can set those units up in Strategic Reserve if you wish, regardless of how many units are already up in Strategic Reserve. Cool. Dedicated gunship. Once per battle, at the end of your opponent's fight phase, the Bears unit's not within engagement range. You can remove it from the battlefield and place it in Strategic Reserve. Is this our up-down? Okay. Interesting. Stratagem. Suppression Strafing. Usable in the command phase. Select an enemy unit visible to and 18 inches of a unit. Of your unit. That enemy unit must takes a battle shock attack at -1. If the test is failed, it's suppressed, and they're -1 to hit. I mean, battle shocking people in their own command phase is not too bad.
Edriong 6931 donated $2 through Super Chat. Famous last words.
What are? This doesn't seem super good. Can all Space Marine chapters use it? Yeah, they can. These are not keyword restricted. These are just Astartes detachments. Tactical Decapitation until the end of the phase. Weapons equipped by models that your units have precision. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a character unit, get +1 to hit. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Shock Assault. 6-inch pile and consolidate. Okay, not too bad. Auto Sense Coordination. Selects lethal or sustain. I feel like I'm sensing a theme. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipment models that you're going to have that ability when in a turn in which they disembarked a drop pod or while targeting an enemy unit within 12. All right, that's fine. Weapons equipment, yeah, but models in this unit target an enemy unit within 12 get sustained or lethal. That's fine. Blind Screen. Your opponent's shooting phase after an enemy unit has selected its target, one Adeptus Astartes unit from your army. That was selected as the target. And one friendly smoke vehicle or drop pod within 9 gives you smoke screen. Okay. Sure. Onward for the Emperor. I think it's non-Titanic. Thanks, guys. Onward for the Emperor. Enter your opponent's fight phase. The Adeptus Astartes infantry unit that was not set on the battlefield this turn, and one friendly transport is able to embark within. If your Adeptus Astartes unit is wholly within 6 inches of the transport, you can embark. This stratagem is unironically really good. The problem is that Deep Strike on a bunch of shit is good, right? That's going to be solid. But your detachment ability, besides that, is only this really bad effect that you get once per game and isn't like hugely relevant. So I don't know. If we had an up down, I think this detachment would actually be sick. But we have a once per game up down for one unit that you pre-declare, which feels weird. So like the detachment that's trying to give you payoffs for arriving from reserve gives you no way to naturally arrive from reserve. And Space Marines only like natural up downs are like explicitly scouts, right? Which are not the most exciting to get bonuses from. I don't know, chat. This one doesn't seem very good. This detachment's cool though. Or this stratagem's cool. Oh, but it has a clause where you can't have set up on the battlefield this turn. Fuck. The cool combo you can do in Firestorm Assault Force is that you could drop units down out of reserve and then shoot and then bark with them. Because the only requirement on Firestorm Assault Force is that you just have to have not disembarked to transport that turn. And if you didn't arrive via a drop pod, you haven't disembarked to transport, so you're good to go. That's actually really cool. This less cool. So you just play Firestorm. Firestorm Assault Force is like, you don't get Deep Strike, but you have better payoffs, it feels like, for getting up close to your opponent. It's weird, too, that it's like a bunch of stuff gets Deep Strike, but also we have extra payoffs for playing drop pods, which give you Deep Strike without the use of the ability. So, like, I don't know. If we had, like, when you if you arrive from the battlefield this turn, like, get +1 to wound or something, like a strat where either we can redo this ability multiple times by continuously upping downing things, or we had huge payoffs for the things coming in, right? If the turn where you bring a bunch of stuff in, they go crazy, like that would be interesting. It's just this weird like beta strike list. However, reroll wounds of 1 as the payoff for your whole detachment, and maybe you can pay a CP to get sustained hits. Is like, all right. I don't know, but having Deep Strike on a bunch of Hellblasters or something is probably not the end of the world. Reclamation Force is the last one. Oath of Reclamation. Each time Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes a melee attack that targets an enemy within range of an objective marker, it gets +1 AP. All right, we're Renegade Raiders now. Oh, it's melee only, though. Not range. Each time an attack targets an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army, if you're within range of an objective marker you controlled at the start of the phase, and if strength characteristic of the attack is greater than toughness, or if you're Titus, you get -1 to be wounded. That's actually not a bad detachment ability. Situational +1 AP and a -1 to wound effect that you basically can choose when or when not to activate is actually sweet. But it is Ultramarines only, so this one is restrictive, whereas the other ones are not. Right, this one, yeah. No restrictions on the other ones. So Reclamation Forces is restrictive. Okay, cool. So this is Ultramarine only. The other thing to notice here too, by the way, folks, is that these don't have Armor of Contempt. Games Workshop's finally realized that giving Armor of Contempt to literally every detachment of an entire faction is really stupid. We took one of the best defensive stratagems of the game and gave it to like this huge breadth of detachments. It's more interesting if we don't do that. Especially because we only did it for Space Marines and no one else got one. Enhancements. Seals of Reconquest. Models of the Bears unit have a 5+ vulnerable save. Solid. Not too bad. Avenging Avatar. Worst case scenario, you could put this on like a combi lieutenant and he gets a 5% invuln. Seems good. But also you could put it on, like Hellblasters or whatever. Big intercessor squads and stuff. Avenging Avatar. Battleshock stop your opponent's command phase. If an enemy unit that is below starting strength is within 9, it must take a Battleshock check. Whatever. That's okay, I guess. Scroll of Proclamation. Each time a bearer's unit declares a charge, if one or more targets of the charge are within range of an objective marker, you can reroll charges. Love it. And Liberatum. Each time you make an attack that targets an enemy unit, if the target is within range of an objective marker, reroll hit and wound. Okay. Sick. And that's any attack. You can do it on ranged attacks too, if you have a good gun. It's the bearer only though, right? The bearer. Yep. So nobody in his unit, just him. Crusading Conquerors. For 1 CP, end of your command phase. Until the start of the next command phase, add 1 to objective control characteristic. This stratagem is always good. You get little five jump pack intercessors on an objective. They go become OC10. Give me that. That's mine. You can't have it. You can't have it. So even if you charge onto their objective and you tow their objective, you don't have to control it. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you do have to control it at the start of the phase. So that's actually fine. So, for example, if we steal an objective and the opponent doesn't run back onto it by the end of the movement phase, through shooting, you get -1 to wound. So this is actually kind of nice. I do appreciate that it isn't strictly better than the Votan -1 to wound ability. Yeah, which is good. That's good. It would have been crazy if it was just within range of an objective marker. That would have been... League's players would have been melding out that their army ability is worse than this random Ultramarine detachment. Furious Dedication, usable in your charge phase of the fight phase. When a Astartes unit from your army not declared a charge or been selected to fight this phase till the end of the turn. Add +2 to charge rolls made for your unit and +1 to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons. Hot damn. So it's not quite advanced in charge, but it's pretty close. And you get +1 attack. Love it. And you're sometimes +1 AP if your opponent's on an objective marker. Fight to the end. Is your 4+5 on death? Okay. Not bad. Also, this is usable in the fight phase. So you can use it for both effects during your charge phase. You can use it on a second unit for +1 attacks, and you can use it on a unit on your opponent's turn 2. This strategy was really good. Oh no, just kidding. Just kidding. No more than once per turn. So you can't do it on 2 separate units, but you can do it in your opponent's turn. All right, not as good as I gave it credit for. And you can't use it in your opponent's charge phase, so you can't use it to buff your heroic interventions. But you can give yourself +1 attacks defensively, which is good. Scions of Gilliman. This used to be the army ability for Ultramarines. You can shoot and declare charge in the turn in which you fell back. Love it. Ultramarine Destiny. Select objective marker you control that your unit is in range of. The objective marker range into your control until your opponent's level of control is greater than yours. So it's just an obsec. Marching Ever On is a... If an enemy falls back from you, you can make a normal move of D6 +1. Is that strictly better than the Sword Brethren ability? That's hilarious. Sword Brethren are just D6, right? Oh no, Sword Brethren are flat 6. Okay, just kidding. It's better than the Sword Brethren one. Or it's worse than the Sword Brethren one. That's good. When enemies fall back from you. But the big thing with that is that you can like have your units engaged with an enemy and you're next to an impulsor and they fall back and you just go into the impulsor, they can't shoot you. That's the big use case there. Or sometimes you can hide.
Briong 6931 donated $5 through Super Chat. They have wronged us. Muster the throng. Satisfy the grudge.
And indeed. If only Leagues of Votan also had this Titus clause in their ability too. Leagues of Votan should also get this. They should just reprint the Fortify Takeover ability to also include this part of it if you have the Titus keyword. Just to throw people for a loop. He's a little a dwarf now. This detachment seems fine. It seems totally okay. There's like I don't think anyone's super excited about it. There's a ton of counterplay around it, but like this strategem's good. It's like a side grade for an advanced in charge strat, right? And you fall back and do stuff on anything. You have like a weird reactive move, you have obsec. Like it's a bunch of good stratagems put together. You will never see these in a tournament because people will just play Gladius Task Force or Blade of Ultramar, but they do exist. So that's cool, I guess. It feels like I think this is the one where like the payoff for controlling objectives might actually be reasonable. And I like the idea too that like we brought in Titus, who's this like kind of tank who comes with a unit of other people who tank really hard. with like high OC characteristic, and they gave him a detachment focused around having like holding objectives, which is there's like a thematic through line. I think that's interesting and cool. It's not terrible, but this is a very exciting detachment, to be honest. At least the payoffs for taking objectives are really good. So I don't know. It is what it is. All right, chat. Let's talk about some other stuff. We've talked about Space Marines for long enough. Let's go through and hit the next thing. There's a balanced data slate change, but I don't know what it is. Do they have a patch note? No. Why would they? Why would they, chat? I guess we could take a really quick look through. I don't know if anything changed if there's any red text in here. I guess maybe they codified the datasheet changes. Oh, here's some. Orcs. Commandos. Okay. They just got a note of how they should split models with once per game war gear. Okay. Is that the change? Incredible. Good. That's strong. Well, now commandos will know what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, I think that's literally all the change. Okay, good. So now when you split a commando unit, you have to pre-note which unit has your bomb squig. All right. Well, cool. That's exciting stuff. We'll go down the line here. Chaos Space Marines did get some actual meaningful changes. FAQ and Errata got some updates, but they also got new data sheets for a bunch of stuff. Raptors. I imagine this must be from like a new kit or something, right? Because they now have a bunch of melee options. All of these, I believe, are the same. Although I think Raptors used to. No, these are all their abilities are the same. Their top line profile is the same. The difference is their melee weapon options. So, previously you could just take a plasma pistol and you could swap out up to 2 guys stuff for guns, and then the champion could take a power sword or power fist. Now, the champion can take a heavy melee weapon. I guess instead of a power fist. Did we just lose our power fist entirely? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Is the heavy melee weapons? Oh, it's the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's the same profile, so who cares? Up to 2 Raptors can now have their bolt pistol replaced with a plasma pistol. Love it. So we get plasma pistols in the unit now. And in addition to the fact that we could get one on the champion. So you can have 3 plasma pistols in a Raptor unit. For every 5 models in the unit, 2 Raptors can have their Astartes Shadesword replaced with a heavy melee weapon. Holy shit. So we get 3 power fists in these units and 3 plasma pistols? That's crazy. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 Raptor can replace their Astartes Shadesword with a mutation. The mutation is Strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage. It's exactly an accursed weapon. Yeah, it's exactly an accursed weapon. Okay. I mean, that's better than a chainsword, so good. Up to 2 Raptors can have their Astartes Chainsword replaced with one of the following: Flame Reckless Combat, Melty Gun, Plasma Gun. Okay. And then if you contain 10 models, 2 additional Raptors can have their Chainsword replaced with one of the following options: Flamer, Melty Gun, Plasma Gun. So in a 5 model unit, we can have either 3 plasma pistols, 3 power fists or heavy melee weapons, and I wonder if next edition we're going to see power fist turn into heavy melee weapons. That'd be interesting. And it's just like a combined profile for all big punchy things like eviscerators and stuff. I'll just go to the same profile. I wouldn't be surprised. Watching Death Company resolve right now is like mind numbing. It's like so many almost identical profiles attacking you. Okay, so you get 3 heavy melee weapons, 3 plasma pistols, because the champion can have plasma pistol and heavy melee weapon. And 2 chainswords, or you can swap a plasma pistol for another power sword, the mutation guy, which is you'll probably do, because the chainsword on the pistol guys cannot. The pistol guys can't replace their chainsword, so their chainsword supersedes a mutation if you would try to give it to them. So honestly, like the average damage output of a Raptor unit just skyrocketed. Like half of their attacks turn to strength and AP2 damage. Nightmare Hunt looking a little stronger now. What the fuck? This is just full of power fists. What's happening? The 10 model unit can get 5 power fists and 2 power swords. That's a lot. Is Harkin World Claimer still good? You get 15 power fist attacks out of that unit? He still does. Oh no, he doesn't do as much damage as he did previously. Interesting. He also doesn't stack with the Nightmare Hunt detachment ability, so he's actually kind of bad. Just kidding. Poor Harkin World Claimer. How far the mighty have fallen? Dude used to do 5 mortal wounds to the charge every time. That's sick. That's super sick. Yeah, I guess you could do Meltagun. You could do 2 Melta, 3 Power Fists. If you wanted to issue all the high volume attacks.
Adriong 6931 donated $5 through Super Chat. Can you show the kill team? Mutation guy looks fabulous.
If I can find it. I didn't know there was a kill team, to be honest. I got nothing, chat. I looked up Raptors on Warhammer Community, and I just got the Raptor kit. So I don't know. Did they not have grenades before? Oh, they didn't. That's bizarre. I guess the models didn't have the little grenade on them, so they didn't give them the keyword. That's actually huge. Yeah, this is a huge glow up. Did these change at all in points value? They did. Oh, shit. They're so much more expensive. Fuck. I thought this was a free upgrade. And they're like, sorry, Raptors, we're sorry we gave you a worse ability than just doing a bunch of mortal wounds in the charge like we did for Assault Intercessors. Now they're like this elite infantry unit. I don't know if I like that. That's a lot. That's a lot of points. 110 for utility unit? At least they hit really hard. They'll kick the shit out of other utility units. You want to fight your 5 Assault Intercessors by 5 Raptors? Go for it, man. I have like 4 Sergeants in my unit. That is a lot. I guess like Raptors were already seeing play. It probably would have been pretty crazy to just like give them that upgrade for free. They would have been incredible. I think that you would have seen triplicate in every single Chaos Space Marine army if they remained at the same cost. 110 feels like a lot. I don't know. 22 points a model for this profile. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's still good in Nightmare Hunt. Warp Talons. I believe the only change to Warp Talons is that they got grenades. Because I don't think they had those before. So that's exciting. Yeah, keywords. They didn't have grenades previously. So, there you go. I believe all of these numbers and stuff are the same. Apparently there was another entry to FAQs. Does Fabius Biles enhance warrior's ability apply if Fabius Bile starts the game as part of the test unit inside of a transport? The answer is yes. Thank goodness. I wonder how much ink does it take for Games Workshop to realize that the units inside transports cannot be affected in any way rule is actually not that helpful. It actually creates more problems than it solves. Because we need so many updates to define exactly what that means. All right, so big ups for Raptors, I guess. The new points value is a little hard to swallow, but they do hit like a truck, so maybe that's fine. The kill team is called Nightmare Hunt. And Games Workshop seems to think that doesn't exist. I looked it up on Google and I got the Nemesis Claw. This is what I get when I look up Google. It's all Nemesis Claw pictures. Yeah, I don't know. Is this it? What's this? Oh, they're Sacrosanct units? That's cool. Ah, I see. This must be it. This has got to be it. Because the champion has a heavy melee weapon, right? It's not a power fist anymore. But it's identical. It's statistically identical to a power fist. So if you just had the old Raptors and you gave them a power fist, it would be the same. Here's the mutation guy. That's straight out of the old Possessed kit. That feels like a callback. To like the 5th edition Possessed kit that had the wings in it. And that was like the most sought after piece in all of 40K for a really long time. I can't find it now. I don't seem to be able to find it. Oh, here we go. So the old Possessed kit looked like this. And they had a backpack that had wings coming out the sides. Possessed didn't fly, by the way. They just gave them wings because they were neat. But everyone bought this kit to get these backpacks because they were cool. And they would put them on their, like, whatever. They would play, like, you know, Salivator, Black Dragon Jump Infantry. They would put them on there, or they would play Raptors or whatever. And they would use the wings there. That feels like what we're doing here. A little bit. That's neat. I like that he's got his tongue out. He's really mocking you. It took a long time to find this. I don't know why Games Workshop's suppressing the existence of this of this kill team so much. Also, they didn't change the art on the Raptor datasheet, so it still looks like the old Raptor models, even though this datasheet is meant to represent new Raptors. Apparently, pretty weird, chat. That's pretty weird. He skipped leg day. No, not you. Get out of here. Yeah, you're a little... He's just very graceful, okay? He takes pride in his calves. I would be worried about this model's like stability, because he's got 1 point of contact on this little base. This man gonna fall over. That's pretty neat, though. I'm interested if this sisters unit gets a data sheet. Let's find out. Let's go find out, chat. Adeptus. Let's hop in. What do we got? Celestian Insindents. They do have a data sheet. Cool. All right. What do we got? So top line profile is pretty normal. They do have a 5+ inbound save, 3 wound or 3 toughness, 3 save, 5 up inbound, 1 wound. OC 1, leadership 7. At the start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets a quarry, the attack has precision and you reroll hit rolls. Okay, that's good. The downside, here's the problem, is that they don't re-choose precision. They don't re-choose quarry. I think all of these quarry abilities are bad. First of all, it doesn't say you can do it if you're in a transport. So if you're in a transport, you don't get one. And if the quarry dies, you don't get a new one. This ability is not good. It's good in very specific instances, but 90% of the time it's not going to do anything. Also, it's not like a fast unit, so you're not really like engaging early. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to quarry the unit in front of your opponent's army and then run these things in and kill people with them because they're not very fast. They don't have speed buffs. Okay. They do have a 4+ Fiona Pin against psychic attacks and mortal wounds. Occasionally useful. Matchup dependent, but sometimes it's good. War gear abilities. Any of your command phase for each objective mark you control that has one or more units with a simulacrum on it, you can get a miracle dice on 4+. Each time the bear. Oh, okay. You have to have a specific model in the unit to re-choose Quarry. All right. Okay. Not the end of the world. That's weird that it's a specific model that has the Quarry effect. And War gear, I should imagine one of them just has it. So 2 can have pistols replaced with Ministorum hand flamers. Sounds good. 2 can have pistols and maces replaced with swords. The sword is 2 damage. 4/2/2. That's not a bad profile. Lethal hits. Okay. Otherwise, they're 4/1/1. Devastating anti-psyker. There's gonna be some. This feels like Hounds of Mordkai, if you remember Hounds of Mordkai, chat. Where it's just this unit that's like, I'm distinctly anti-psyker. In the metagame where psychers are strong, this unit's going to be good. Because you're just like throwing a million devastating attack, anti-psyker devastating attacks. Like you play against Tyranids or whatever, and they rock up like a Maleceptor, and you're like, my time is now. And you run in with like 30 re-rolling devastating anti-psyker attacks. You average like 14 mortal wounds coming out of this unit. You just straight up kill it. You kill a Maleceptor on average. Yikes. Yikes bikes. 1 Insindents condemned or bolt pistol and null mace can be replaced with Verge of Admonition. 1 condemned or bolt pistol can be replaced with the Denuncia Oratory. So to have the ability to re-choose Quarry, you have to give up your gun. Oh. And the gun model cannot have any of these other options because you have to replace the bolt pistol with them. The Denuncia model. That kind of sucks. 1 Incident can equipped with a bolt pistol can be equipped with a Simulacrum Imperialis. Bolt pistol cannot be replaced. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna do that. The Verge of Admonition is 6/2/3 damage. 4+ weapon skill. Fuck me. Okay. So this feels. How many swords can we get? 2? Yeah. 2 if we give up our gun. And a baseline, they have condemned or bolt pistols, which are anti-psyker devastating. Okay. Okay. So if we don't take any of the special weapons, right? We get 9 pistol shots and then 30 mace attacks. They're rerolling hits, anti-psyker, devastating. Into random stuff, we're good for 1 to 2 devastating from shooting alone. And like 4 or 5 against other things for devastating wounds. If we're swinging into psychers, they just die. Is this use? This has got to be good right now, right? If demon stonks go up, this unit's insane. Like actually just disgusting because they basically total a greater demon by themselves. How many points are they? But it depends entirely on. Oops, I clicked on the wrong button. It depends entirely on the matchup or on the metagame at the time. This is Insindents. Okay. You gonna show me what they got going on? Is this unit not in here? Did they forget them, chat? They forgot them. Oh no, they're right here. Oh, it's Insindents with an S. Okay, I figured it out. They're 120 points. 12 points per model. What's up, Pinky? Meow. 12 points per model for this unit. Is there a way to give them wound rerolls? Oh, in Hallowed Martyrs there is, right? When they're below half strength. You can give them wound rerolls, so you can lose all the other ladies and then just like give them full rerolls into devastating. That seems like something. I wish they had. I guess it would be too much to ask for like Scout on this unit. I think that would probably be too strong. But I think in the situation where your opponent has psychers, these ladies are insane. They do like an infinite amount of damage. So I don't know. This seems okay. Martyrs get rerolls, yeah. Ah! Did you see that, chat? My cat tried to jump on my chair and fell off. I have the least graceful cat of all time. Talking about cat like Grace, not for this one. You can trigger 3 damage devastating with Miracle Dice. Yeah, that's very good. Bully some Grey Knights. Sorry, Grey Knights. You gonna shoot with the Psy Cannon? I guess the Psy Cannon would still kill them. A Silencer is not gonna do shit, though. You have 3+ armor into a 4+ Fail No Bane? Okay. Seems okay. You sure she's not an orange cat that's painted? I wouldn't put it past her. She's foxy like that. These are new models. These are brand new out of the kill team. This comes in the same box that the new Raptors come in, I guess. And so they get a new data sheet. Yeah, honestly, the funny thing is that, like, I don't even think you take the sword. I guess the sword, I don't know. Lethal hit with hit rerolls is actually pretty good. So maybe you do take the sword because it gives them utility in other matchups. But the devastating wound melee attack does feel really good. In the instances where you're hitting the prey target and the prey target is a psyker, this unit fucks so hard. But obviously that gets a little bit tough to use. The other thing too is that they don't have the clause that lets them use their ability when they're in a transport. So this turns off, which is stupid, but it is what it is. Not being able to use abilities in transports is very dumb in a lot of cases. But I guess what you could do is like put your utility cannon S in a Rhino and then just put these in the Rhino to begin with. So I guess is what you would have to do. That gives you an extra drop anyway, so maybe it's fine. Maybe that's our play pattern. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. This unit seems definitely useful in some situations. I think there's going to be the fact that they don't get, despite the fact that they're Celestians, they don't get like Champions of Faith benefits because those are sacrosancts explicitly. Makes me sad. If these were 2+ weapon skill when they were righteous, that would be kind of cool. But maybe that's too much to ask. Hallowed Martyrs with rerolls does feel like it's going to be strong. You could use Dominions to scout an Immolator. Oh, it's just supposed to scout a Rhino. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could do that. That's probably better anyway. And then the Dominions just run up and do an action. Turn 1. Yeah, I'll buy it. And I guess you also get... we don't have a leader clause, so they can't be led by anything. That's sad. Oh, just kidding. It's here. It's on the front, not the back. That's weird. They put War Gear abilities on the back. War Gear abilities on the back, but they put leader on the effects on the front. Okay. It's confusing. If you could touch your Dominion squad. So I think that's like everything. Can you put like a Hospitaller in here or something? What can attach? Probably everything. I know Palatines and Canonesses can, right? But the Palatine isn't very good here. I guess they give the Palatine hit rerolls sometimes, which could be good, and she gives them lethal hits, which in some cases is actually kind of a downgrade because you don't get devastating wounds on your lethal hits. But it's good against other situations. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's probably not too many attachment options we want here. Maybe a what's the character with the little loudspeaker? A Dialogus that gets you auto 6 on the Verge of Admonition miracle. Or, yeah, I think that would probably be the one. That might be okay. Then you can just feed automatic 3 devastating with a 1 on your miracle dice through the Verge. That's not too bad. All right. Well, there you go, chat. That's a cool unit. I do like that they are so distinctly anti-psyker. They're actually very good at it. the sad part is when they like make an anti-psyker unit and they're like, it's anti-psyker 4, AP 1 damage, and you're like, all right, well, that's not very good. But anti-psyker 4 devastating is like legitimately spooky, and it's not bad into other situations too. Yeah. Plus, you can take a bunch of hand flavors and infernal pistols and stuff if you want to too. If you don't want to go the full anti-psyker route on the ranged attacks as well. So yeah, I don't know. This unit seems totally fine. Totally fine, chat. All right, let's move on. Who's next? We'll go down the line. Emperor's Children. Oh, good. They changed Court of the Phoenician. We don't have to keep a horrible FAQ on our server FAQ. The second part of Court of the Phoenicians, the bullet point is changed to a unit cannot target a unit that was the target of another unit's attack this phase. Yeah, so what it previously... If you want to load here, document, oh my god. Previously, the ability to get bonuses when you charge people turned off for the remainder of the game if anything had charged that target previously. Which was incredibly stupid. It made it like the worst attachability of the game. But now that it's just, if you charge something, as long as no one else attacked it that turn, you get +1 strength and AP, which is reasonable. Honestly, you could probably just give this detachment +1 strength and AP on the charge, and I think it would be okay. But this is what we did anyway. So I don't know. This detachment's like fine. It's with this change to make it not have like a laughably terrible detachment ability. Court of the Phoenician's aggressively mediocre, I guess. It's totally okay. All right, good change. So the Necron faction pack got released. I think we're gonna skip over all the new data sheets and stuff, because we talked about all of these yesterday. We went ad nauseum through all of the abilities as they got previewed by Goonhammer on these, so I don't think we're going to go through these right now. If you want to hear me talk about those, you can hear me talk about them on my stream yesterday. Long story short, Cursed Legion seems sweet. Pantheon of Woe seems weird. And the Cryptek one seems like kind of not very good, but that's okay. Cursed Legion is probably very strong. Oh, ew, these are compressed. That is a crunchy image right there. Jesus. Okay. That's macrocytes. What we want to see are the new data sheets for Nightbringer and stuff. So we saw this guy on the preview article. Void Dragon goes up to movement 10, wounds 16. His Necrodermis changes to -1 damage. And I believe his melee is the same, right? His gun went to strength 8 and shoots D3 times. Sick. Yeah, so his ranged attack used to be anti-vehicle 2, strength 4, AP3, D6 +2, 1 shot. Now it's D3 shots, strength 8, AP3, D6 +2. So it's strictly better. Strict upgrade on ranged attack. His blast attack is the same. His melee is it went up an AP pip, actually. Relevant. And then the sweep attack is the same. And his extra attack's the same. Okay. So he just got an AP on his spear, and throwing his spear actually became amazing. Yeah, previously it was like, if you didn't attack explicitly a vehicle, it didn't do anything. But now it shoots D3 times, and it can actually win people on 2s or 3s. All right. Oh, okay. Seems good. Void Dragon, congratulations on your upgrade. Catan Shard of the Deceiver, a tiny 40 build-based man the size of a Terminator. 16 wounds. He retains stealth. He retains his redeployment. He changed his necrodermis, obviously. I believe that his melee attack used to be worse, right? Yeah, it used to be strength 8. 8 attacks. Used to be strength 8 AP 3 damage. Now it's strength 10. It's kind of big, honestly. 8 attacks at 10 3 is like sick. Especially because in his detachment, right? He gets the command point tax aura and also becomes AP 4. Because as long as he's attacked something within 6 inches of him, he gets plus 1 AP. That's super spooky. His melee or his ranged attack went up to 2 damage, actually. Jesus. Wait, this gun rules now. Oh my god. I think it was like previously, basically, if you perfectly converted it, you could kill a character. It was like anti-character 4 devastating, but you only ever averaged 3 damage through. Now you average 6. Or like 5.5 or something, because you might miss an attack. Jesus. That's a spooky time. Also, they all gained Deep Strike. So we can hypercrypt them around. Oh boy. Catan spam's back on the menu, boys. These guns are very good. Oh my god. Transcendent Catan. Their gun went from D3 damage to 2 damage. But that's, I think, the only change, it looks like. And then their melee attack went from strength 9 to strength 10. Yeah, that's the only difference there, too. So they got a little bit of a bump. They got Deep Strike built in, which they did have previously. They also have 16 wounds. Fucking holy shit. Move 8, and each time you select to advance, you can redeploy it. Yep, same deal. So, a little bit better on the Transcendent Catan. Jesus, this is a glow up. Holy shit. Hot diggity damn chat. That's spooky. That's super spooky. You can't bring 6, you can only bring 5? Yeah, what are the points values at? I guess the if they just rocked these out, I guess these are at what the previously spoiled points values were. So it's 285, 315, 310 for the character for the epic hero ones, and then 915 for the other ones. It's only 1825. You got plenty of points for other stuff. You get a character. You get a character and another unit in here. And 6 Catan shards. Fuck me. Is that as good as 5 Catan shards and utility? Almost certainly not. Is it like way funnier? Yes. Does Trazen's OBSEC ability require that he leads a unit? It super does, right? While he's leading a unit, yeah. You fucker, Trazen. God damn it. Stop being the worst character of the game. That would actually be sick. 6 Catan shards that Trazen just like pulls out of his Pokeball, and then he just like teleports around in Hypercrypt Legion and OBSEC objectives. That'd be super cool. But the problem is that he is inexplicably 75 points for a dude without a gun and a AP 0 melee attack. You can't just OBSEC objectives for people. That's stupid. Oh, chat. Wait. We have exactly enough points. We have exactly enough points to fit to fit 6 Catan shards and Necrosaur Amintar. That's exactly 1990. What the fuck? Obviously, if you could also do like you could do Hexmark Destroyer and an enhancement maybe as your Hexmark can be your warlord, right? Yeah, I don't see anything that stops him from being a warlord. But 6 Catan shards and Necrosaur Amintar is almost exactly 2,000. That's fucking incredible. That's so stupid. What the fuck? Okay. And then Amintar is also good because he has Deep Strike built in too. So if you hypercrypt him around, he also comes in off the edge. What the fuck? We did a 50-point unit for him to join. For Trazen? Yeah, I mean, it's like 70 points in a Mortal Squad. I don't know. Once you were at 150 points for Trazen the Infinite, I'm not that excited. Can Trazen kill Catan shards to replace them? Is it any character, or is it only infantry characters? You piece of shit, Trazen. God damn it. Let me kill the Nightbringer to turn him into a little tiny old man. Every time we try to do something fun with this guy, I swear, he's just the enemy of fun. All of his whole data sheet's written explicitly not to let you do anything cool. You could also do like Emotech to get command points and then like one utility unit. That's another option too. How much is Emotech? Like 100? 105? Emotech. 100. So you have 75 points left, so you get like Tomb Blades or something in there as well. That's incredibly dumb. That's super stupid, chat. That's super stupid. Is 4 to 5 Catan, or 5 to 6 Catan just better than demons? Probably. They are dramatically more difficult to kill. They can't 6-inch deep strike, but maybe that's fine. And their shooting is like, I guess like they have more shooting, but it's not as good as like Everstave Lord of Change, I guess. So it's probably better because the resilience I think is better. You're gonna get more attacks out of them. So over the course of the game, you're gonna deal more damage. Ooh. I might play a GT at the end of the month, chat. Should I play 6 Catan shards? This is so stupid. What the fuck? Why are these 300 points? Eat your heart out, Knights players. We look at me. I am your Knights now. These are stealth T11. The same like top line profile as a Knight Defender. Like T11 4+ invuln save, but like equivalently more wounds on a 40 mil base. Okay, and a 5+ like and any heals. Okay. Thanks, Knights. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. They're just better Norns. Oh my god, yeah, Norns compared to these. A Norn is like, well, I will feel no pain too if I'm on an objective. It's like, I have it all the time, idiot. You dummy. Oh, man. We're in for a world of hurt, chat. This guy's about to end so many careers here. Woo. Whoo, boy. Fulgrim crying in a corner. You have no swarm clear. They're not bad at it. I mean, like, Nightbringer swings 14 times. And plus he does his mortal wound effect. Plus he has a gun. The Void Dragon's actually kind of sick at it. If he procs off his sustained gun, he can shoot it like 15 times sometimes if he gets a couple 6s, and then clears out like lighter units. And then he also has 16 melee attacks once he gets in at AP1. The other stuff is definitely like doesn't hit super hard, right? It's only 8 attacks. But these the 2 character ones actually do clear. They clear 10 models like very reliably. Maybe even 15. Interesting chance. It makes no sense that Catan shards have reanimation protocols otherwise. Yeah. Well, they didn't previously. The problem is that if you what Games Workshop has slowly learned over the course is that
At Ryong 6,931 donated $5 through Super Chat. New Nightbringer would look sick in your demon scheme.
I think it would. Honestly, I mean, my demon scheme is just Necrons, which is black and green. So maybe we do that, chat. I don't know. What does it take to get a Nightbringer? Is he hard to get? You're probably right. He's probably sold out everywhere. I don't even know where I would start to look. Can I buy them on Amazon? That's the real question. I do like the new model, though. And I like the Void Dragon model. I would buy the shit out of these models. I just bought all these Space Marines, though. I don't want to buy more models. Yuck. The new models, still on pre-order? Void Dragon as his Keeper of Secrets. I think a Keeper of Secrets is significantly bigger than Void Dragon. Void Dragon's actually, compared to Greater Demons, these models are actually very small, which is funny because they have a stronger defensive profile. But these guys are teeny compared to Greater Demons. A Keeper of Secrets is like fucking enormous, and this guy's on an 80 mil base. Whereas a Keeper of Secrets is 100 and overhangs it by like 3 inches on each side. Keepers for 240 points, Keepers are the size of a skyscraper. They're huge. Same with Great and Clean Ones. Like all the Greater Demons are like that. Great and Clean Ones. When you see one in person, you're like, okay. I get why this is like the hardest model of the game to kill. Because they're enormous. They're fucking huge. All right, chat. Well, I for one welcome our new Catan Shard overlords. Let's keep on moving. What do we got next? Astromilitarum apparently got changes, but they didn't note what the changes were. So mechanized assault now no longer allows you to reactive move aircraft. Okay. Sure. Thanks, Astromilitarum. Good stuff. Tyranids. Is that the same deal? What's new? FAQ and errata update. Okay. So we just like updated the errata. I don't know what we would have changed. There's no red text, so. The only other thing we have to talk about is field manual stuff. I believe that there were changes to the field manual to some of the Marine stuff. There were points for the new data sheets that we talked about. It doesn't look like points for anything else changed. Yeah, Raptors got the upgrade for having the ability to take 1,000,000 power fists. They are expensive now. 110's a lot. Could you have gotten away? I mean, the part of the problem is that like if you buff Raptors, it buffs Shadow Legion. Necron's got other new points values. Victrix Honor Guard went down. That's probably fair. I'm sure somebody's going to mull out that Victrix Honor Guard went down, but they did get like half as easy to kill. And they're still, above 200 points, so they're still a pricey brick. You're probably still going to see them, honestly, at a cheaper points value, but at easier to kill. They're just not going to be quite as, like, absolutely meta warping, which is nice. I guess, like, we'll see what the Sisters do. Sisters have anti-psyker technology, so they might be good into demons. And Sisters have traditionally not been that bad into demons. I'm a little worried about demons right now, because it does seem like Ultramarines were keeping them down. That said, I don't know if they have what it takes to stand up to this. We'll see. To units of equivalent or cheaper points value than Greater Demons that hit basically as hard and are twice as difficult to kill. That might be too much for them. I don't know. We'll see how Scintillating Legion can deal with it. But Scintillating Legion does feel like it's strong against like multiple Victrix Honor Guard units now. So we'll see if that continues to be good. I don't know. There's probably something to be said for like some weird like chainsword builds in Blood Angels or something where you have 1,000,000 high attack, like 1 damage attacks to deal with these -1 damage guys. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting time. I am interested to see how things shake out. I'm very interested to see how these guys do.
At Chaosoff99 donated €5 through Super Chat. I am about to play my first game with Voten with mostly your build-up list from your video. Any additional tips?
First game with Voten. Well, good luck, first of all. Any additional tips? I don't know if there's anything I also have to talk about that I didn't cover in that video. Make sure you make fun of your opponent if they don't stand in objectives where you don't get +1 to hit against them. If you browbeat them into going to the objective, maybe then they'll do it. That's the biggest downside of the Votan army ability right now is that you can play around it. But it does require that you run off the objective. So I don't know. Don't forget to ramp and ingress all your Hearthguard. That's important. You want those guys want to be coming out of reserve for sure. Don't forget to hold grudges. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, good luck. I hope you enjoy your time with Leagues of Votan. They're in an interesting spot right now. I think they need a little bit of loving maybe. Just because their army abilities like kind of at the upper echelons of play, like people will just play around their army ability, but yeah, otherwise I think they're doing okay. Nightbringer, smaller, faster, deadlier, more durable, cheaper than Mortarion. Good times. But he doesn't have OBSEC. He doesn't sticky objectives or give a reactive move. So who's the real winner there, you know? I don't know, chat. Anyway, folks, I think that is all I have to talk about today. Oh, I have a huge video. Maybe I cancel my game tomorrow. We do my video tomorrow. I want to play a game with all Catan shards. What does the list look like, chat? Let's new recruit it. Actually, I bet new recruit doesn't have the new points values on it. I do very much want to experience how incredibly degenerate it is. Oops. I don't have any points. I have to leave tomorrow evening for Tennessee. Let's see. If we go to Necrons, and we go, yeah, new points values are not quite there yet. So if we assume where's the Transcendent? Here it is. So Deceivers 20 more, Nightbringers 10 more, Void Dragons 10 more, Catan Shards Void is 10 more. So we're 60, 70 points up. So we build it to 930. Can we change the points total to 930? I don't think we can. Then we'll be good. We could play Amintar. Or we could play actual things. I do like that Amintar gives you a bunch of bullshit. Like a bunch of sustained hits, which is cool. But it might be better to play like just a bunch of like hex marks. Where's this hex mark? We get 2 of them. And we still have 25 points left. So we can take Overseer. Oh, chat. You could do that, or you could take a unit of Tomb Blades for like turn 1 secondaries. Although do you need turn 1 secondaries if you have move 10 Catan shards? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll think about it. Maybe we play this and just see how we go. That's cool. Are you required to take enhancements? No. We just need a non-Catan character. A reanimator would be good. Yeah, I guess that's fair. You could keep the reanimator within 3 of the back Catan, or of like the front Catan behind a building. How much is a reanimator? 75? So you can do this. That's a Plasmancer. Yeah, it's probably not that bad. That's certainly something. Reanimator's also like kind of equally hard to kill, right? T6 with 4+ Final Pain. Yeah, we're in Hypercrypt Legion. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't want to play the Catan Shard detachment where all of our stuff's more expensive and doesn't, like, it gives itself +1 AP is the only benefit. I don't know. Mid. I guess you could also play this in, like, Awakened and then reanimate the non-Catan characters. Is that good? Probably not. Is there any other benefits you get from these? +1 strength and melee. You can go put like your deceiver to strength 11. You could give your guys assault. Yeah, there's definitely like something to be said for that, and you just like respawn your hex mark a bunch of times. But I think the ability to teleport is probably superior here. There's no advance in charge in Nightbringer. Why did he advance in charge? We're just gonna ramp and ingress like this guy and then move 10. He's fucking so fast. I don't get it. Yeah, you can't. No, you can. But you can reactive reanimate or you can eternal revenant the other characters, like the hexmark destroyers and stuff. Is what I'm talking about. You can end of turn reanimate them in Star Shatter, right? The +1 to hit doesn't do anything though. So like yeah, no, basically everything's like vehicles. So I don't know. End of fight phase reanimation is not too bad for them. But that's about all you get. And then you can do the reactive move. And you have a TCP +1 to wound? Star Shatter Arsenal might be interesting. The downside is the actual detachment ability doesn't do anything. Which is fine. Yeah, I think those are the options we're looking at here. Hypercrypt is the way to go. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. All right, chat. Anyway, yeah, we might rock a game with this. The problem is I have a huge video that I haven't edited yet, and if I don't edit it right now, it's not going to get done. But we did just get a huge amount of new content, and so maybe I'll just do it anyway. Yeah, healing Catan Shards in reserve. Yeah, that does seem pretty good too. Yeah, we'll probably play Hypercrypt Legion. Okay, chats. That's gonna be it for us today. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Assuming I go live soon, which I probably will, then come hang out with me over on Twitchies. We'll play a game over there with all this new bullshit. And yeah, I'll see you all over there. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the new metagame where we get run over by Catan Shards, probably, but not Victrix Underguard. So that's exciting. We're just trading one master for another. All right, chat. Cheers, everybody. Keep it classy, folks, and I will see you over on Twitch. Good night.